अस्सलाम वालेकुम फ्रेंड्स, कैसे आप सबका पहले को सब लोग बिल्कुल ठीक होंगे। वेलकम टू एनर्जी बाइक के शो। इस वीडियो में हम लोग अपने टॉपिक कंप्लीट करेंगे BT101 इकोलॉजी बायोडाइवर्सिटी एंड एवोल्यूशन 1 के। ठीक है, इसके 86 टॉपिक कंप्लीट करके फिर अगले बुक पे चलेंगे। ठीक है, चलो करते हैं। मसाज का बहुत स्लो वर्क कर रहा है, तो अभी फ़िलहाल भी ये ओपन नहीं हो रहा। जैसे ओपन हो जाएगा मैं इसको स्टार्ट कर लूँगी। तो ये मेरा ओपन हो गया। हम लोग करते हैं लेसन नंबर 71 हम कर रहे हैं। इसकी प्री असेसमेंट ले लेते हैं। इसका नाम है इम्पैक्ट्स ऑफ वेस्ट वाटर ऑन एनवायरनमेंट। ठीक है, इसको कैसे ले लेते हैं। फिर स्ट्रेटजी ऑफ टर्माइट इज सेलोफेजिस। Hawaiian honey creepers feed on seeds. So for the certain reducer are the examples of chemo autotrophs. So अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह सारे करेक्ट हो गए। वीडियो सुन लेंगे अपनी।
We have discussed about different types of pollutants which are released through municipal waste, domestic waste, industrial and agricultural waste. So all these types of wastewater, they contain different types of pollutants. And these pollutants are the bad materials which have negative impacts on our environment. These industrial effluents, they may contain acids, alkali, toxins, poisons and oils, and in some cases they also contain pathogens such as the harmful bacteria and viruses. So other than industrial wastes, mines are also releasing a huge amount of wastewater in our environment, especially the gold and the coal mines. They are releasing a lot of acid water in our natural drains. Agricultural pesticides, fertilizers, herbicides which are released through the water wastes from our agricultural industry, and all these pollutants are released in the water drains, for example the natural rivers, streams and the stagnant waterways. So other than agricultural, sewage is also contributing as a waste water. So in the sewage it contains a comparatively lesser amount of pollutants, but it contains detergents and pathogens, and it contains dust material which is coming from our sewage, plus the paper and pulp is also released to the sewage waste materials. And of course, just like other wastewater, the sewage wastewater is also released in water bodies and it is polluting our natural reserves of water. So to understand how this wastewater is polluting our environment and it's having a negative impact on the water ecosystem, let's watch this video.
Musim hujan sering banjir, Kak. Jadi kalau saya merawat, wah tangan itu saya sampai kasar tangan. Hari juga sering rusak tuh.
wastewater that is pumped from the primary effluent well to the top of the two trickling filters is spread evenly across the surface of the filters through revolving pipes known as distribution arms. These arms have holes known as ports. The trickling filters are 86 feet in diameter and about 46 feet tall. You can see these structures as you drive along Route 1 between Cook's Corner and Main Street. The biological treatment process happens when microbes consume organic matter in wastewater and convert it to carbon dioxide, water, and energy for their own growth and reproduction. The microbes grow on a plastic cross-flow type media, which looks like a honeycomb. The media in each filter is 22 feet deep. The cross-flow design enables more biological treatment to be accomplished in a smaller space because of the increased surface area. The surface area in each filter is 3,830,000 square feet, the equivalent of 80 football fields. More area means more room for microbes to grow. The slimy growth on the trickling filter media is called a zooglobal mass. It is where the microbes, such as nematodes, stalk ciliates, and rotifers live and break down the organic chemical bonds in the waste. When the biological treatment in the trickling filters is complete, the microbes have eaten their fill. They are fat, dumb, and happy. The microbes will die from lack of oxygen. They fall off of the trickling filter media and exit the bottom of the filter as a solid called humus, also known as secondary sludge.
तो इस वीडियो में हम देखा कि किस तरीके से ट्रिकलिंग फिल्टर्स दे आर लाइंड विद द माइक्रोब्स और उसके ऊपर एक सीवेज वाटर जो है उसको ड्रॉप किया जाता है उससे कंटिन्यूअसली फ्लो होता है एंड देन वाटर इज पासिंग थ्रू दोस सेल्स व्हिच आर लाइंड विद द माइक्रोब्स स्पेशली द बैक्टीरिया एंड द अदर माइक्रोबियल ऑर्गेनिजम्स सो दिस दैट्स हाउ कि माइक्रोब्स उस वाटर को जो उसको पास कर रहे हैं उसमें ऑलरेडी मौजूद माइक्रोब्स की किलिंग मैक्सिमम पॉसिबल किलिंग और वहां पे उसके जो ऑर्गेनिक डिसॉल्व ऑर्गेनिक मैटर है उसकी डिकम्पोजिशन ये अपना रोल प्ले करते हैं बट वी नो टू एस्टैब्लिश दिस काइंड ऑफ ट्रिकलिंग filters we need a lot of investment or not all the countries all the communities they can afford this type of treatments so once इसमें जो भी वाटर इस पे फिल्टर में से पास कर रहे हैं these
sludge treatment is the type of secondary treatment process where effluent from sedimentation tank is pumped to an aeration tank. The effluent is mixed with air and sludge which contains bacteria known as activated sludge. These bacteria decompose the pollutants present in the effluent by lowering organic domestic waste and biological oxygen demand. ठीक है, the activated sludge sewage mixture is called mixed liquor leaves the aeration tank and flows into another sedimentation tank where suspended solid settle down for use as activated sludge. The effluent is then chlorinated and move on to the next stage of treatment. Advanced tertiary treatment is the collection of physical and chemical processes which are used for treatment of specific pollutants which could not be removed during primary and secondary treatment processes. It is extremely costly as the cost could go as high as to be more than twice of the cost of primary and secondary processes combined. In advanced treatment processes, bleach is used to remove chlorination. Disinfectants are used to kill pathogens. Alam is used to coagulate the sedimentation. Activated charcoal is used for disadsorption and electrolysis is used for removal of salts. Sedimentation. In this lesson, the students will learn about activated sludge treatment, advanced tertiary treatment. ठीक है, इसे वीडियो इस पर रहने देते हैं क्योंकि वो डाउनलोडिंग हो रही है. ठीक है, अब हम चलते हैं प्रोसेसमेंट की तरफ. So test occurs on uptake of a pollutant